You can't just wake up and run fast. You gotta train for every aspect of your race. Coming out the blocks, the drive phase. And even if you don't get a great start, you can hope for. You are now watching Photo Finish with Kendall Lee.
Hey, it's Kendall Lee, the Gulf Coast Baller, the Panhandle Pro from Pensacola, Florida, and I'm here with a special edition of Photo Finish. We're going to recap last week's indoor national championships. Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all want me to do next. We started out with Mary Toulouse. I just dropped a part on Justin Gatlin, and now we're going to review the national championships. And what y'all looking forward to this track season, man? It's upon us. It's upon us, man. I know me personally, I'm looking forward to see what Sydney McLaughlin do in the 400 meters, man. I know she tackled the hurdles, and I know she's supposed to be running the 400. She got hurt last year and couldn't do worlds, but I'm looking forward to see her break the record in the 400. So I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. We're gonna get straight into it. We're gonna start with the 60-meter hurdles, men. I think Grant Holloway set a record in the heats, then broke his record, and then set out the final. Trey Cunningham with the 741. That's impressive. That's impressive. He came through and took that and got it on in. Shout out to Trey Cunningham. Let's check out the women's 400 meters. Do you notice? I mean, I'm sure this is and I mean that's the difference between indoor and outdoor. That indoor track got like a little incline to it, just a little different. That's another thing. The indoor 800 is a 2 lap race, not a 1 lap race. Does that? I just wonder. I'm gonna run that back. Does that break the concentration on the long jumper or the sprinter? I'm sure they're used to this by now because they've ran track so long. But do you see how the long jumper just comes in out of nowhere? She out there, man. She got out there and didn't give it back. 50-34 for Alexis Holmes. Shout out to her. You heard him say that she nearly cracked the 50 mark. That sub 50 is a thing in the 800 meters for the women. Let's do the women's 60-meter hurdles. One time for Jones. Tia Jones, one time for Tia Jones. She looked a little gimpy at the end. Hopefully that's not nothing serious that will prevent her from having a great track season this season. But she came away with the win there. Let's check into the women's 800 meters. We're going to catch it. We're going to catch this race right at the end. Mm. Oh. Oh. That 800 is such a strategy to it between the first lap and the second lap. You don't want to gas out. You have to know what you have left to be able to pass somebody on the back stretch, or you need to get out and be able to hold on. And as we see, she got passed right at the end. Mm. One time for Wilson. All right, let's get into what we wait for. The women's 60 meters. The clock kept running on the side live. We see Hobbs win. She had to work a little harder for that though. And her teammate, they finished 1-2. And then their post race speech, they said that was their plan and they're gonna try to do it again coming up. Let's just run that back. Mm. She had to work for it. And now the men's 60 meters. Noah Lyles versus Christian Coleman. Noah Lyles said he is coming for everything this year. Now, I believe that Christian Coleman is still the man in the 60 because his start is just so phenomenal. He's the world record holder in the indoor 60, even though it was 2018, but his start is still unmatched and like no other. But Noah has something to say about that. You see Coleman spikes with the air on the side, like the Scottie Pippins. You got the Pippen spikes. And they right next to each other. That's something I watch in the sprints always. Like when the heat or the favorites, when they're like next to each other, they in the fire, they can feel each other. It's kind of different when they're separate. Like if you remember when Shakira won, she was on the outside. When Gatlin beat Boat, he was on the outside. And it's a different dynamic than when you're right next to each other and then when everybody's spaced out. Man, Cole, man, that start, bro. That start is just phenomenal. But as we see, Lyles came back and caught him. So I'm sure Coleman, he's been working on this. Start is so great. He's gonna have to find another gear from like the 50 meters to the 100 to be able to finish and not get passed. Like nobody probably could beat him in the 40, in my opinion. And I felt that way about the 60, but as we see, Lyles just got him. Let's run it back. He's out of there, man. Coleman is out of there. And then right He caught him at like 55 meters, man. Shout out to Noah Lyles, man, the world champion in the 100 and the 200 when people thought he couldn't do it. And now he's the national champion in the indoor 60, and he's going to try to be the world champion in the indoor 60. Then we got the Olympics coming up this year. It was a doozy, man. It was a good one last weekend, man. Y'all let me know what y'all looking forward to this track season, man, and who else y'all want me to cover. This was a special episode of Photo Finish. Holla at y'all on the next one.
You are now watching Photo Finish with Kendall Lee.